गुड डे एवरीवन, मैं हूँ सुरुचि और आप देख रहे हैं बजाज टॉकीज का एक और नया एपिसोड, जहां आज हमारे साथ हैं बजाज एनर्जी के एचआर हेड मोहित सक्सेना जी। जी हाँ, जो हमारे ग्रुप के पावर बिजनेस के एचआर फंक्शन को हेड करते हैं। हिज रोल इज टू ड्राइव पीपल स्ट्रैटेजी फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, शोल्डरिंग वेरियस क्रूशियल एस्पेक्ट्स इन द एरियाज ऑफ टैलेंट एक्विजिशन, टैलेंट मैनेजमेंट, सक्सेशन प्लानिंग, लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट, compensation for employees, and the statutory compliances and other employee wellness initiatives too. So आप समझ ही चुके होंगे कि मोहित कितने important इंसान है हमारे organization के लिए. And it's my pleasure to have him with us on Bajaj Talkies today. Welcome, Mohit.
Thank you, Suruchi, and happy to be here on this chat forum to interact with you people. In fact, I would like to share that as a company, as an organization, when I'm part of Bajaj Group, it's been 2 years now that I've been working with this organization. I find this group very inspiring, very engaging, and very promising in terms of the legacy that it carries. The group, like we all know, has been founded by our Honorable Shri Jamnalal Bajaj ji, who's been a philanthropist and who's been a freedom fighter and who's been a close confidant of Mahatma Gandhi ji. So working with a group which is empowering lives of so many people and adding value to the nation is definitely a very proud moment for any employee and as such for me.
So Mohit, I share the same feelings because इतना बड़ा group है and group के लिए हम सभी काम कर रहे हैं and I'm sure सभी group employees भी proud है because recently आपने एक honor जीता है which was about top 20 emerging HR leaders, जहाँ पर आपको award मिला at the CHRO Vision and Innovation Summit. So इसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे? How was your experience?
So obviously winning any award or recognition gives you that high or a momentum to keep driving and thriving further in terms of excelling in your areas which you're doing. So being recognized as one of the emerging HR leaders creates a more thrust and responsibility onto me that how do I deliver this role to the fullest and how do I keep up to the expectations of the stakeholders and ensure that we see that Bajaj remains a preferred place to work. Adding to the award, I would also like to share that Bajaj also got recognized and awarded as the best HR organization to work for by the World HRD Congress virtual event held at Tajlands in Mumbai in August 2021. So this accolade which Bajaj Group has got speaks not just about me or the HR fraternity or the HR team. It speaks a lot about the organization, the culture and the values which are driven in the organization. We have 3 generations who have been working in this company, which is definitely a very unique proposition which is not seen in many of the organizations. And I think each Bajajian carries that sense of pride working with the organization like Bajaj, which has its long legacy of history with it.
जी बिल्कुल एंड मोहित जैसे कि आपने बताया इट्स बीन 2 years फॉर यू. आपने अप्रैल 21 में ज्वाइन किया था व्हेन आवर एंटायर नेशन वाज स्ट्रगलिंग विद कोविड पीरियड, लाइक वी वर स्टिल इन द कोविड पीरियड. सो उस टाइम पर हाउ वी डेल्ट विद आवर ह्यूमन क्राइसिस और पॉलिसीज वर चेंज्ड, कुछ चीज जो आप हमारे साथ शेयर करना चाहें.
So I think that was a very tough moment and it was a very challenging situation for the entire country and world across. People were grappling with situations which they had not ever preempted. Even the best of the best business contingency plans would not have conceptualized something like COVID coming down and breaking down business, getting the world to a standstill, lives of people being at risk. At that time, the strength of the group or the organization actually comes out very clearly, emerges out very clearly. The strong leadership team driven by our chairman, Sir Kushagar Bajaj ji, and the management team at the units in the plants, the CEOs, the CEOs, the MDs of the business, all of them showed a remarkable demeanor of leadership. I had newly joined the organization and we were all looking at ways and methods of how we could ensure everything could be done in terms of ensuring the safety and well-being of all our employees. The firm belief of our chairman here that employees are our biggest assets and safety and good health of each and every employee, right to the last link, even the contract workforce, is going to be the top priority during the tough times. was something which was a very, very good thing to note for as an organization, as a people caring organization. The chairman himself personally connected with all the employees across the group, connected with all the families, and gave a message that whatever be it, no measures like downsizing or team reduction or salary reduction in the company will be adopted. The vaccination programs are made cost free, and every employee, his family, and the contract workers are all vaccinated. So we had 100% COVID vaccination drive, which was done across the organization, followed by the other policies related to employee hospitalization and medical support for critical emergency cases. And we still continue to provide power, which remains one of the most essential commodities during the COVID times, because all the hospitals, all the medical facilities, all the emergencies which were being handled needed power as one essential commodity. And so our employees were ensuring that. I think that's the power of Bajaj Group. That's the legacy of this group. And that is what we owe to our chairman, sir, that people love to be part of this company and they choose it as a preferred workplace.
जी जी मोहित, आई रिमेम्बर ये जो चीज आपने बताई, यहाँ पे भी हमने बीच में एक इवेंट किया था बजाज की मधुशाला, जहाँ पर सभी एम्प्लॉयज ने पोएम्स लिखे थे, एंड देयर वाज मिस्टर ज्ञान सिन्हा जिन्होंने ये चीज मेंशन की थी अबाउट दिस ईमेल दैट मेड सो मच ऑफ अ डिफरेंस इन एन एम्प्लॉयज डेली इमोशनल नीड दैट people were going through during that time. So it's really heartwarming. Employees की जहाँ बात कर रहे हैं, तो क्या है future projects? अगर कोई चीजें अगर आप हमारे साथ share करना चाहें, what kind of programs are you bringing in to keep the employees happy?
I think we've done some very structured inputs on capability development and talent management within the organization. We drove a very structured exercise of talent management within the power business. हम लोगों ने ये exercise जो drive करा था, ऑब्जेक्टिव ये था कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को आगे के लिए फ्यूचर लीडर्स की पाइपलाइन कैसे बनाए, हाउ डू वी क्रिएट दैट सक्सेशन पाइपलाइन, जिससे कि बिजनेस कंटिन्यूटी बनी रहे और बिजनेस आगे चलता रहे. वी हैव लीडर्स हु हैव 3+ decades of experience who've been handling leadership positions. उनको शैडो करते हुए उनकी जो सेकंड लाइन है वो कैसे दृढ़ बने, जिससे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इफेक्टिवली काम करता रहे. वो पूरा एक्सरसाइज था टैलेंट मैनेजमेंट इनिशिएटिव, जिसमें हम लोगों ने सारे फंक्शंस में जो सारे लीडरशिप रोल्स हैं उनके अंडर जो भी एम्प्लॉइज काम कर रहे हैं उनका एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड असेसमेंट किया, उनकी स्ट्रेंथ्स और वीकनेसेस, उनकी कमजोरियां, उनकी एरियाज ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट, उनकी ताकतें जो है उन पे पूरा एनालिसिस किया. उसके बेसिस पे हम लोगों ने ये देखा कि हर रोल के अगेंस्ट मेरे पास वो अगला बंदा कौन है जो इस रोल की कमान अपने हाथ में लेके इसको आगे बढ़ा सकता है, जिससे उसका करियर भी कंपनी के साथ बने और कंपनी का ग्रोथ भी हो. So basis that exercise, we had found out that there are a lot of employees who are identified as key successors, जिनको हम लोग बोलते हैं high pots, high potential employees, talented employees, solid contributors. But every high potential और solid contributor को भी training की जरूरत रहती है, डेवलपमेंट की जरूरत रहती है. देयर इज ऑलवेज अ नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि बाहरी दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है. जब आप एक लीडरशिप रोल में जाते हो, हाउ डू यू नीड टू एवॉल्व इनटू दैट रोल. तो उस रोल को पूरी तरह से निभा पाने के लिए बंदे को जो ज्ञान मिलना चाहिए, जो लर्निंग मिलना चाहिए, उस प्रोग्राम को डिजाइन करने के लिए हम लोगों ने इंडिया के लीडिंग एडटेक पार्टनर अपग्रेड के साथ बजाज में टाई अप किया. लोगों ने एक लीडरशिप डेवलपमेंटल इंटरवेंशन किया है जिसका नाम है कैटलिस्ट प्रोग्राम, फ्यूचर लीडर्स प्रोग्राम, जिसमें हम लोग अपने टॉप टीम को, टॉप हाई पोटेंशियल एम्प्लॉयज को एक 4 महीने के इंटरवेंशन में उनको ट्रेनिंग देते हैं ऑन लॉट ऑफ बिहेवियरल एस्पेक्ट्स, लीडरशिप एस्पेक्ट्स. आई एम हैप्पी टू शेयर दैट द फर्स्ट बैच of the Catalyst program was immensely appreciated. 25 leaders from the LPGCL have completed the program. We had a grand convocation ceremony closing the program, sharing the experiences of the learners. Employees ने उस program को 4.75 on 5 rate किया है. Employees ने बोला है कि they had a very different experience of learning. It was unlike a conventional training program जहाँ आप classroom में जाके बैठते हो और सीखते हो. There were structured methods and systems to help them understand what tools they can apply in their working life. Parallelly, we are also looking at how do we create that growth from within in the organization? So how कैसे हम लोगों को उनके जॉब में वो हॉरिजॉन्टल एंड वर्टिकल मोबिलिटी दे सकते हो, जिससे एक बंदा सिर्फ एक रोल ना करते हुए कई सारे रोल्स करे, कई डिपार्टमेंट्स में घूमे, उसका जॉब रोटेशन हो, जिससे ही ग्रूम्स अप एज अ बेटर मैनेजर and he has a good career progression to grow as a department head or a future leader in the future. This is something which we are doing on the development side. Other than that, on the employee engagement side, I think there is a lot of activity which happens in Bajaj Group in terms of wellness, in terms of events, in terms of sports, and all that. So we take care of infrastructure facilities, we take care of welfare, we take care of policies, we take care of travel, lodging. A lot of things have been done on the policy standardization fronts, which keeps on going time to time.
जी एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट चीज जो आपने बताई मोहित, एनी एम्प्लॉय वुड लाइक टू हैव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू स्विच बिटवीन रोल्स विद इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, और जब एक ग्रुप इतना बड़ा होता है तो इट रियली हेल्प्स द एम्प्लॉय टू लर्न मोर एंड स्विच रोल्स बिटवीन टू, लाइक जैसे कि आपने कहा, टू गेट मोर मैनेजरियल एबिलिटी. तो दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट आई वुड लाइक टू हाईलाइट हियर. अब बात करें एम्प्लॉयज आपको रीच आउट किस तरह से कर पाते हैं, हाउ इज द वर्क कल्चर, हाउ डू वी सपोर्ट कॉन्वर्सेशन विद इन डिपार्टमेंट्स, उसके बारे में अगर आप कुछ कहना चाहें.
So I think the organization is a transparent organization. There's an open door policy here across the employees. Employees are free to reach to their managers, to their HODs, or to the HR, and they can obviously openly express their views or their opinions or their feedback to us. We do have that communications and connects with teams in terms of that one-on-one communications, or in terms of the group meetings or small meetings which we have. What I have noticed here is there are a lot of facilities and benefits which employees get, like the loans facilities. There are different kinds of loan facilities which are there for employees, right from medical loan, marriage loan, education loan, home loan, XYZ, which are not there in any of the organizations as such today, which Bajaj still gives. So as a company, employees are pretty comfortable, pretty engaged. And if you look at the length of service, the average span of service in this organization is 16 years, which is very high in terms of employee engagement, employee retention. This itself speaks about the culture of the organization, that the employees like to hang out with the organization. They feel safe and secure. They feel they're heard. They feel they're valued. And that's how I feel. And we always maintain an open door policy.
I'm sure everybody will be happy to hear that. मोहित, ये जो बातें आप बता रहे हैं कि हमारे एम्प्लॉयज के लिए हम इतना सब करते हैं, सो इससे पहले भी आपकी जर्नी काफी प्रोफेशनल जर्नी काफी अप्रिशिएबल रही है. सो किस तरह से आप अगर अपनी जर्नी के बारे में थोड़ा बता सकें, हाउ हैज बीन योर प्रोफेशनल लाइफ सो फार?
Yeah, so I'll just give you a background. I'm a HR professional having 20 plus years of experience in the domain of HR. I started my career as a management trainee in HR with Vedanta Group, Sterlite Technologies. They were coming up with a greenfield projects in optical fiber cable manufacturing. So I started my HR journey right from conceptualization of the greenfield projects, working on the project fields, on the barren land, setting up a factory, getting factory approvals, hiring people. That groundwork and hands-on approach in terms of looking at how do you start an organization right from scratch and build the entire organization, put processes and systems in place, was the foundation stone of my HR career. And after that, I was responsible for spearheading the transmission business of Sterlite in Brazil. So I was instrumental in working with the leadership team and going to overseas country, Brazil, setting up the transmission business, participating in the bids, being there in the live stock exchange, bidding for the projects. My thrust for learning actually pushed me to the Bajaj Group, because I had seen one part of the business, which is your transmission. I wanted to understand the backlink to it, that how does generation happen? What is the scale and size of generation? That is where coincidentally there was an opportunity with Bajaj. They spoke about power plants and all that. That excited me, and The mandate here was building and strengthening the team, putting processes and systems in place. And that is how I got a chance to be lucky enough to be part of the Bajaj Group.
I would like to also talk about your family here. कि किस तरह से, what has been, who all are there in your family, and how do you spend time with them?
Yeah, so like, see, Bajaj Group is a family. Out of 24 hours a day, I think 10, 12 hours we spend with the job where we work. So your workplace becomes your one family, obviously. So like Bajaj Group is a family, and day in, day out, we live with employees and people, and we feel happy about it. Likewise, you have a family at home, which is a smaller family. I have a nuclear family here. My parents stay in Bareilly. My mother is in Bareilly, and my wife and two kids stay along with me in Delhi. My wife is a postgraduate in biotech, and currently she's a homemaker and a YouTube blogger. She does some content creation on home and other things. I have two kids. The younger one is studying in class 2 in Amity International, and the elder one is in class 7th in Amity International. So four of us. And in terms of spending time with family, obviously the weekends is with families. So it's all about taking care of them, going out to places in Delhi, visit places, show kids new places of learning, some museums, some parks, some movies, some all. Spending time together, helping them in their studies, doing creative works, watching a movie together. That's how it is.
So I think it's been a great chat, and बहुत ही अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके. जाते जाते अगर कोई मैसेज आप देना चाहें अपने एम्प्लॉयज के लिए, इतने हमारे 15,000 एम्प्लॉयज हैं जो आज HR हेड के साथ हमारा कॉन्वर्सेशन देख रहे हैं. So anything you would like to say?
Yeah, so one thing what I would like to say is, see, if you look at the current context today, there has been a lot of change in the external world. COVID has come in, things have changed, a lot of perspectives have changed, people are moving on. But in all these things which have been changing, there was one constant in the Bajaj Group, that the way they cared for employees prior to COVID, during the COVID, and post COVID, I think nothing has actually changed. You're working with a company which is actually contributing to the nation. We provide power, we provide commodities which are essentials in day-to-day life for human beings. So we are empowering a lot of lives. As a company, we have a legacy, and being with an organization which has got such a big legacy is a proud thing for us. So when you look at organization, I would suggest employees that there is a lot of potential in the company, in the organization. If you really want to grow, you just need to come out and speak about for the growth opportunities which you would like to take on within the group. We have a lot of such opportunities which we can give to you to create a wonderful career path with Bajaj, for Bajaj and for yourselves. So I wish all the employees to have a great stint with the company. I wish all the employees to unlearn and learn new things, take on larger roles, take on newer responsibilities, see how they can constantly innovate and do different things, and keep moving and growing with the company. I think there's a great career for them ahead with us.
Thank you, Mohit. It was a pleasure, and I'm sure काफी लोगों के लिए ये एक बहुत ही relieving conversation होगी, because they can now reach out to all of us and reach out to you directly. So thank you so much for talking to us.
Right. Thank you so much, Suruchi. Have a nice day.